Hello everybody, this is IBM developer advocate Kevin Hoyt, and I am here with a bunch of little kind of things to show you and talk to you about today. And it may get confusing at times, so bear with me. But the genesis for this particular project and demonstration comes from Punch Through, who makes the LightBlue Bean. And the Bean, as you may know from previous blog posts and videos, is one of my favorite BLE platforms. And and Punch Through makes it, and as I mentioned, they also make an application for iOS called the LightBlue Explorer, and that's this guy here. So this is actually my iPhone that you're seeing here. You can launch their LightBlue, you can sell their LightBlue Explorer application, and it will connect to you can see all the BLE devices in your area. You can go ahead and connect to them, and if they're reporting standard characteristic data, you can even chunk that off into the cloud with their new feature called Cloud Connect. Now, Cloud Connect is a pretty cool little feature for this application, which is a very powerful way to view and interact with your BLE devices, especially during development. But IBM's cloud is not one of the default options, so I felt compelled as an IBM developer advocate then to go ahead and make my own. And so that's what this is. This is my little Bean app, and on my phone. And there are a few other screens I should probably orient you with here as well. So what's going to happen is we're going to launch the Bean app, and it's going to start reporting data either to Watson IoT, or Cloudant. And Cloudant is IBM's hosted CouchDB, and so it will start reporting data from the Bean, which I have here, as I saw earlier, and then reporting it to either one of those different cloud services, or both of them at the same time even. And when that happens, you'll see the data come across and be displayed here. Now, the reason I have a whole other browser window just for this is because of this. I couldn't figure out how to get QuickTime to record both my iPhone, my webcam, and the screen all at the same time, so I kind of fudged it and made a little web app for it. So that's what we're seeing here. And so as the data gets actually updated in this specific case, as the data gets updated in Cloudant, it will actually show up here charted as well. And this actually happens via Cloudant's continuous feed capability, which is a capability to send notifications that the changes have been made to the database, which is a kind of a pretty fun feature as well. In the background here, I have another browser window open, as if that wasn't already enough. And it'll make sense, hopefully, more when I get to demonstration of it. But this is my Watson IoT instance on IBM Cloud, and I'll go ahead and just bring up the Bean device here. And so the Bean device, we see no recent events and no sensor information. So we'll see that change once we start broadcasting it. And then here's our Cloudant instance, and I have a Bean database created, and the Bean database has no documents found. So we'll see that change obviously as we get further along here. All right, so now let's see if we can make all this work out here. All right, so we'll go ahead and launch the Bean app, and what you'll see there is the Bean itself will have a little LED indicator will come on. So we'll go ahead and launch that. And you can see the LED indicator come on the Bean here. And so now on our iOS application, we're currently reporting the data to Cloudant. Since we're reporting the data to Cloudant, it will go ahead and show up over here via that continuous feed capability. And you can actually see the log files come in about once a second, which is what I have it set up at. So there's a little lag. And just to show you that it is real data, we can go ahead and tilt the Bean and get the various charting values from that as well. All right, so that's Cloudant. We can do Watson IoT. So when I switch over to Watson IoT on the device, that's my iPhone, you'll see the data stops here in the browser again, because this was at the time when I developed it was just Cloudant. I was just building it to have the video feed. And if we come over here now and look at our feed within the let's get my iOS device back. The feed within Watson IoT, we can see all the different reading events coming in as it comes along. and you can see the values that I pass along there, the x-axis, the y-axis, the z-axis, the temperature, which is coming along in Celsius, and if I tap on my iPhone on the temperature, it will actually display that. So that's coming across via Watson IoT, and then of course there's the both option, so we can do both. And so now we're going to get updates. We'll continue to get updates here. You can see 40, we're at 26, 27, 28, and if you notice over here in the background, we're also getting updates here. And now comes the fun part, to be able to again show the tilt. And so that's going into Cloudant, and also again going into Watson IoT. You could connect Watson IoT to Cloudant. You can go directly to Cloudant, and Cloudant has a REST interface, so that makes it very simple to be able to work with all that data. So that is a ton of stuff going on. So let me just quickly recap here. iOS, the application is starting, is connecting to the Bean via BLE, and then it is going ahead and charting that in the screen as the data comes across. Then it goes ahead and can send it either to Cloudant, to Watson IoT, or to both of those IBM cloud services at one shot. That data comes across. You can see it here in Watson IoT. And if we go ahead and update the view for all of our documents here, go ahead. My CPU is spinning trying to record all these video streams, so hopefully it won't lag out too long. Here we go. Come on now. My CPU just spinning away, trying to render all these, I guess. There we go. So there's our documents. Well, these are the documents that have been deposited directly on the database. Again, from the iOS application directly to Cloudant or to Watson IoT. And then again, this is just to show this guy in action, and see the Cloudant continuous feed, which is a great little feature to have when you're working with data sets. You can also replicate it. CouchDB and or Cloudant has a great replication features and so on. So anyway, there's a bunch of stuff going on in that video. If you have any questions, source code and blog entry are on my blog, kevinhoyt.com. And we'll just call that done for now. Until next time, thanks for watching.